Hey, what's up, guys? All my good friends in YouTube land. This is Cris Bangel. I just got back from Florida, my little vacation. Was there for a week. Got to stop at a bunch of antique stores and thrift stores. The thrift stores where I bought the majority of what I'm about to show you. Antique stores tend to be a little bit more overpriced, and I think I found better stuff in the thrift stores anyway. So I ended up with two, and two. I got two record boxes. This is a really, really big, beautiful one. I have to clean up the front a little bit, but definitely this has to be from the 50s. I actually paid 14 bucks for this because it's solid. It's like new except for a little bit of dirt on the front. That was the most expensive thing I got. Got Fats Domino, like picture sleeve, I Want You to Know, and the big beat with the record inside. Naturally, I think this was $1. This came with one of the record books that I picked up for next to nothing. The Little Train by Marianne Vassell and Eric Stortz. I went and listened to it on YouTube while I was on vacation, and it's really kind of a weird song, but interesting. And these were bought in Florida, but the label on here says that this record came from Pennsylvania. Anyway, picked up the Man on the Moon, brand new condition. I think I've sold like 5 of these on eBay. They always sell for at least a couple of bucks, so for $1, I picked it up. 45 record book number 1. In this one we've got Lover Please, Clyde McPhatter, Fannie Mae, Buster Brown. All these are about $1 a piece. Maybe I paid $3 for the case. I'm So Happy, Louis Lyman and the Teen Chords on Fury. This is a second pressing, but still a cool record. Flip is Lydia. Tears on My Pillow by the Imperials, not Little Anthony and the Imperials. This is the rare first pressing. Of course, this plays like, well, pretty messed up. Probably the worst playing record in here, but something you hang on the wall. It was a great record. People played it, and so is this one. But this one is actually fairly new, like The Crests, Beside You, and of course the A-side, 16 Candles. I just saw the 78 on eBay, and it's over 200 bucks. 45 is worth less than that, a lot less, a couple of bucks. In this condition is nice to have, though. Here we have Don't Let Go by Roy Hamilton. This plays pretty nicely. This is a styrene. Again, most of these were $1 a piece. Minty copy of Walking Along by the Diamonds. Cover of the Solitaires. I always like the Diamonds version in this rare case. The Solitaires is one of my favorite groups, but I just like that one by the Diamonds a little bit more. The Happy Organ, Baby Cortez. I had a copy of this and gave it to my friend Daniel, so here's another copy for me. The Flip I always like better. Love Me As I Love You. Okay. I have this on an Indian 78 on the London label, but this is the original American Too Much Tequila by the Champs. And of course, I like the flip side a lot better. 20,000 Leagues. Record plays pretty good, but it ended up being cracked when I got home. I did not see that when I bought it, but it's all good. I never had a copy of that on a 45. Picked up 2 copies of Running Bear by Johnny Preston, which makes 3 copies in total, and I still don't have one that plays really great. 2 of them are styrene, and the third one is on vinyl, and the vinyl one, it has hisses all through it. Somebody must have really pushed down on the needle to make it hiss like that, but I've done that to a few records myself in my time. Here's a non-styrene copy of He's So Fine by the Chiffons. I picked it up because it's on vinyl. I haven't even played that one yet. Here's the original Hanky Panky by the Shondells on the Snap record label, which was released a couple of years before it was a big hit on Roulette in 1965. So this is kind of rare. Kind of worn out, but it plays pretty well. It's nice to have. The Beach Boys, Don't Worry Baby, and of course I Get Around. And the last one in this book is Good Vibrations, also by the Beach Boys. Okay, the next 45 book. Here we have Black Slacks by Joe Bennett and the Sparkle Tones. Beep Beep by the Playmates, which this should exist on a 78, and you'd think it would be common because it was probably their biggest hit, but I've never seen this on a 78. An American one. I really would like to have one. A really nice copy of Sway by Bobby Rydell to replace my worn out copy. My True Story by the Jive 5. Pretty minty. Plays great. All these Dion records are like mint, and they all play great. A Teenager in Love, Dion and the Belmonts. Run Around Sue, just Dion. And The Wanderer, also Dion. Unbelievably good playing copy of Telstar by the Tornadoes. It's a styrene record, and mostly they show up hissing and just messed up. This sounds great. Fairly worn out copy of I Can't Get No Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. I have a copy of this in the house somewhere. I've been looking for it, and for 3 years I can't find it. Non-styrene copy of Proud Mary by Ike and Tina Turner. Again, I really dig the flip, which is, you can't see it, but it's funkier than a mosquito's tweeter. One of my favorite 60s jams, Black is Black by Los Bravos on Press Records. And last but not least, Betulia Clark with Color My World. Videos to come. Alright, I picked this up. This is from the 70s. It's kind of a early disco record. Hijack by Herbie Mann, just because I like it. Have not even played that yet either. Now this 78 book, which is perfectly new and clean, nothing written in it, was free. Because I bought 2 records in this one antique store. These came from various different places. We've got Lovesick Blues by Hank Williams. Really worn out copy. Oh, in this sleeve there's like about 5 hit of the weeks that I found, which are nice to find in fairly decent condition. You got Sam Lannon's Dance Ensemble with When the Moon Comes Over the Mountain. Love these hit of the week records. Basically durium on top of cardboard. Here we have Hit of the Week Orchestra with Bert Hirsch, director. Crying Myself to Sleep. This one has 2 tracks on it. Phil Spitalny's music. Guilty and She'll Be Coming Round the Mountain When She Comes. Here we have again Phil Spitalny featuring Helen Rollins, Shine On Harvest Moon, and there's and Oh Susanna. Thing is written so small, it's kind of hard to read from me. I'm going blind. 42 years old, kids. Losing my vision. It's not fun. Sam Lennon's Dance Ensemble. Something to Remember You By. This one I recorded already. Sounded awesome. Better than Shellac records made 30 years later. Go figure. This one came from the same thrift store that the book came from. I think it was 75 cents. We have Winoni Blues Harris with Winoni's Blues. Nowhere on YouTube could I find this record, oddly enough. And the flip is Somebody Changed the Lock on My Door. Maybe it's blocked. I can't imagine that this would be that rare, but we shall see. I'll try to post it. Um, Here we have Arthur Guitar Boogie Smith's Hot Quintet with Blue Boogie. Probably the better side of the two. And the other side has a hot title, but I didn't care for the song as much. Fingers on Fire. Love that title. Alright. Here, this I haven't heard yet either. Jesse Crawford on Both Sides. I like the title here. At Peace with the World. And the flip side is Valencia. Alright. Another one I couldn't find anywhere on YouTube while I was still on vacation in my mom's house. Here's 5 Red Caps on the Joe Davis label. The Tables Have Turned on Me. Backed with Never Give Up Hope. Very clean record. Noisy as hell. Made in the late 40s. And believe me, those hit of the weeks sound much better. It's the shellac that hisses, really. It's not that it was played on a bad needle or anything. Here we have Wonderful Wonderful by Johnny Mathis. And of course, another flip side that I prefer, When Sunny Gets Blue. Amazing song by Johnny. If you've never heard it, I highly recommend it. And Wonderful Wonderful was used on the band episode of The X-Files. Great song. Here we have Paul Whiteman and his orchestra. Touch of Your Hand. This shit is, excuse my French, this was just awesome. I'll be posting this soon. Great song. And the other side, Let's Begin, which I couldn't get to record on the good system because of the war. But I went through changes for the other side because it just sounded so hot. So I got it recorded with no skips. Second 78 book. Here we have on the Diva record label. I never had one on Diva. When You're Counting the Stars Alone. Backed with Lonely Troubadour. Underneath, we've got Johnny Ray, Just Walking in the Rain. Pretty clean copy, although the label has seen better days. Red Perfect, Always by Norton H. Payne, I believe. This one is hot. Paul Specht and his orchestra on With the Dance. Definitely a 5-star record. I don't know why I bought it. I just took a chance and I ended up really liking it. Probably from like the late 20s into the early 30s. This one I got just because of the name of the song. I Can Dream, Can't I? It's a song I just truly love. And Peggy Ann Ellis does do a fairly good version of it. So look for that in my videos to come. Here's an album of Jay White Plays, Sensations and Sounds and Moods I Love. And last but not least in this book, we have Paul Whiteman and his orchestra with Side by Side and a cute little sticker up on the top. This one ended up being cracked, but I got a good recording. Flip side, Pretty Lips. Anyway, I know this video was pretty long, so sorry for that. If you stuck with me, then thanks. Take care and one love. Damn, they're shooting. Peace. You got me.